In today's video, we're going to see if Arabic speakers can read Persian. Why would Arabic speakers be able to read Persian? Are the two languages related? Nope, they're not related, meaning they belong to different language families. Arabic belongs to the Semitic branch of the Afro-Asiatic language family, and Persian belongs to the Indo-Iranian branch of the Indo-European language family. But Arabic has some historic loanwords from Persian, and Persian has a huge number of Arabic loanwords, most of which entered the language after the Islamic conquest of Persia in the 7th century. Arabic became the language of administration, and as Islam spread, it made an impact as the language of the Quran and Muslim prayers. As Arabic became widely used among the elite and scholars, its influence grew even greater over the following centuries, to the point where today around 40% of Persian vocabulary is thought to be of Arabic origin. For example, the word kitab, meaning book, comes from Arabic kitab. Medrese, the word for school, comes from Arabic madrasa. The word waqt, meaning time, comes from Arabic waqt. The word for a specific time or time period is also related, zaman in Persian and zaman in Arabic. But in this case, Arabic got the word from Old Persian via Aramaic. Does that mean that Arabic speakers will be able to understand 40% of Persian? Not exactly. That 40% covers all vocabulary, including formal, literary, academic, and religious vocabulary. In daily speech, the percentage is much lower, and the most frequently used vocabulary is largely Persian. Along with the Persianized pronunciation of the Arabic loanwords, that makes Persian speech unintelligible to Arabic speakers, except for some individual words. But I'm curious how well they can read it. Of course, it helps that Persian adopted the Arabic script, with a few additional letters for sounds that aren't used in standard or classical Arabic. There's this letter representing the sound p. They modified Arabic b by adding 2 extra dots beneath the letter. For example, pedar, meaning father. This is a native Indo-European word and the equivalent of the word father. They come from the same root, so they're cognates. This letter represents the sound ch, as in church. They modified Arabic j by adding 2 extra dots below. For example, chai, meaning tea, a Persian word that ultimately derives from Chinese. Arabic has the word shai, which comes from this Persian word, and because Arabic has no ch sound, they pronounce it as shai with a sh. This letter represents the sound j, as in measure. They modified the Arabic letter for z by adding 2 extra dots above. For example, jale, meaning dew, another native Indo-European word. And this letter represents the sound g. Standard Arabic only has k and q, not g. So they modified the Arabic letter for k by adding an extra stroke above it. For example, gol, meaning flower. These variant letters were created for Persian, but are now sometimes used in Arabic as well to represent dialectal words or loanwords that do contain those sounds. So the Arabic speakers will probably be familiar with them. Okay, now let's meet some native speakers of Arabic and see just how well they can read Persian. The topic of the video is to show Arabic speakers sentences in Persian to see how much they understand.
We'll probably be able to notice some loanwords, definitely, that are used in Arabic, but they could also be used differently in Persian. So I am aware of that, but I haven't had any chance to learn Persian at all. So I think it's going to be an interesting trial.
Okay, so here's the sentence. Try to read this if you can.
خیلی مهمة ABI. The only word that I can recognize is مهمة, which resembles مهمة in Arabic, important. So the other words don't really, no, the only word that I can recognize here is مهمة.
So it's really important that you come.
Interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that. The word مهمة is the only word I've recognized so far.
Word for word, it's very important it is that you come. As Muhammad said, muhim is a loanword which has the same meaning in Arabic, important. Khayli comes from Arabic too, but is used very differently. So khayli, which means very or really, is also from Arabic. It comes from the word khayl, which is like an army on horseback. The word khayl in Arabic is a collective noun meaning horses. It was borrowed into Persian and took on the meaning of a squadron of cavalry, soldiers on horseback, and then it came to mean army in general. Then that meaning of army evolved into many and very. So I think the meaning of many is like an army of something, like many friends. It means I have an army of friends or whatever. But it also is used with the meaning of very, like this.
Interesting. Khayl is horse in Arabic, but we don't really, I did not think about it this way at all. No, we usually also say Hasan for horse. So the word khayli here Wow, I'm surprised that they use it this way.
Some participants did notice the connection to horses.
I think the first word means horse, and the second word means mission. I'm not really sure what it's really talking about, but I only understand these two words.
Okay, so let me show you the sentence, the translation. It's really important that you come.
I thought it meant like muhimma as in mission, not like muhimma as in important. But I'd say that I probably understood that word. I just like read it in a wrong way.
And the first word, khayli, I think you said horse, is that right?
It's because like horse in Arabic is khayl.
Right. Now, there is a connection here because in Persian it means very, but also it means many. And the meaning of many comes from like an army of soldiers on horseback.
Oh, that's actually really cool. I like learning about the origins of words because it's just like a fun thing to do. It's really interesting.
Sometimes the meaning of a word is basically the same, but is used differently. Oh, this is another example with khayli. Can you guess what this would mean?
Khayli mamnoon. I'm very grateful. I think this means I'm very grateful.
Yeah, right. I'm very grateful is the exact translation.
Oh.
But they use it to mean thank you very much in daily speech. So do you use mamnoon when you speak?
Yes, but not in like... this is more of an MSA thing. I'm not really going to say it in general speech, like when I'm talking to someone.
You would just say shukran?
Yeah, I'll just say shukran.
Now, since we already know what khayli is, think khayli mamnoon. I'm very thankful.
Right. So it means thank you very much, or more literally, I'm very thankful or very grateful.
I see. So mamnoon is being thankful. This is how we use it in Arabic.
Mm-hmm.
But usually when I say thank you, we don't say mamnoon. We usually say shukran. That's very interesting that they use it differently in Persian.
Okay, another one. Let's see.
Yeah, daqiqa sabr kun. So this basically means, what I think this means is, give me a minute. Can you please be more patient?
Okay, that's basically it. Yeah, it means hold on a minute. Word for word, it's 1 minute patience do. Kon is the imperative form of the verb kardan, which means do, but is one of several Persian verbs often used together with nouns to make them function like verbs. So the way to say wait or hold on in Persian is literally do patience.
I recognize, right off the bat, I can recognize two words. Daqiqa and sabr. Ye daqiqa sabr kun, I believe, or kun. But daqiqa and sabr is a minute and patience. So maybe, can you wait a minute? Maybe.
Okay, that's pretty close. It's like wait a minute or hold on a minute.
I see.
Okay, we'll try another sentence in just a minute, but first I want to give a big shout out to all of the Lang Focus Patreon supporters and channel members right here on YouTube. By joining my Patreon or becoming a channel member here on YouTube, you can gain access to exclusive videos like this one about Persian loanwords in Iraqi and Gulf Arabic, and this one on Sabir, the Mediterranean lingua franca, and more. So you get to see special members videos while also supporting this channel so I can keep it going for everyone. Head over to my Patreon or click the join button on my YouTube channel page to become one of the Lang folk. So far, the examples have been informal Persian with Arabic loanwords, but that's not always the case in informal Persian. Informal sentences often contain very few Arabic loanwords. Okay, so see if you can recognize any of these words.
Oof. Al-an means now. I don't know about Darim except some Syrians. I'm Syrian, by the way. Darim, it's a Kurdish name. It's a male name. Sham, I will assume Sham is Levant or Damascus or Syria. Nowadays, we use Sham. The rest, again, I will assume it's to study. That's it.
Okay, that's all I expected, don't worry. So here's the sentence. I'm making dinner now. If you're hungry, come. Word for word, it's now I have dinner, correct. I do. If hungry, you come. These two words together, dorost mikonem, mean I make or prepare. And this word, darem, means I have. But it's used here as an auxiliary verb for the present continuous. So these three words together mean I'm making. There's only one word of Arabic origin in this sentence, al-on, which means now. The word sham resembles the Arabic word ash-shem, which means Damascus or Syria or Levant, but it's not related. The Persian word sham originally meant evening, then evolved into dinner, the evening meal.
Dinner is Sham?
That's right. Dinner is sham.
It's confused me, the Sham, yani. I thought it's for sure related to Iran, Damascus, the east of Iran.
Yeah, there probably are lots of words like that that could be confusing just because they look similar, but come from different roots. This is a pretty common problem, that a fully Persian word is spelled exactly the same or almost the same as an Arabic word, so Arabic speakers interpret it as Arabic.
And there's darast, which means I studied.
The fourth word, darast, which is the past tense of I studied, but I think it's a trick.
It looks like the past tense of studied, but in Persian it's dorost, which is dorost mikonam, is to prepare.
I would believe that this is the nightmare for any Arabic learner, is the fact that we don't use vowels in writing. Mm-hmm. So this would also be difficult for me if I decided to learn Persian. Mm-hmm. Since like dorost, I would not know that it's dorost. I would just say darast, right?
Okay, so how about this one?
Farda, I think this means one, or like a person. Subh means, I think this means morning, could be. Baid, I don't really know, but this could be abyad, like this means white in Arabic. Zod means more, maybe. Refers close to an Arabic word. Bidar, I don't really know what this means. Sham, I don't know if this is the same as the Arabic sham, which means to smell something. June, I have no idea what this word means. Kar daram, I recognize daram from the last sentence. This could be maybe on this white morning, like maybe good morning. Zod, yeah, I can't get like the general idea of what this means, but I can make out small words, I think.
Okay, yeah, so you got the one key Arabic word there, which was subh. So the meaning is, tomorrow morning I have to wake up early because I have work.
Yeah, makes sense.
Word for word, it's tomorrow morning, must, early, awake, become, because, work, I have. There's really only one word from Arabic in this sentence, subh, which means morning. One thing I didn't know, but some of the participants pointed out, was that this word kar, meaning work, is sometimes used in dialectal Arabic, but it originally comes from Persian, maybe via Ottoman Turkish, which had a lot of Persian loanwords.
Kar is not Arabic. It's still in Damascus used. Sometimes kar means profession. We borrowed it, I'm sure, either from Ottoman Turkish or because it's not used in other contexts. I know it because when you watch like all the series about old Damascus, they keep referring to Sheikh al-Kar. He is the master of this profession in the city. Everyone should go and learn for a few months there. Then they get like a license. It's interesting now, huh?
You can see that informal sentences often have few Arabic loanwords. There's generally more Arabic loanwords in formal sentences, as you'll see in a minute. Okay, so here is the first sentence.
إعلام in Arabic means media, or like, I mean, it can also, إعلام as a name is like to inform someone, maybe. دولة is also maybe, if I guess like دولة إعلام, maybe the public media or like state media, because دولة in Arabic is like a state. Kurd, I'm not sure if it's related to Kurd, like Kurdish. مذاكرات اقتصادي. اقتصادي is like in Arabic like economic or something like that. مذاكرات is like studying or something like that. The last part of the sentence, منطقة is very similar to area in Arabic. And Hdjdn I have no idea. And this is what I would guess, yeah.
Okay, so it seems like you recognize some words. I'll show you the whole sentence now. Okay, so the government announced that economic negotiations with countries of the region are continuing.
Okay.
Word for word, it's government announcement did or made that negotiations economic with countries region continuation has or is. This sentence has lots of Arabic loanwords, but as in previous sentences, those words are often used a little differently in Persian. For example, dolat comes from Arabic dawla, which means state, and in Persian it means state too, but is also the usual word for government, which is a different word in Arabic. And this word, i'lam, comes from the Arabic word i'lam, which means media, but is also a verbal noun that means informing, notifying, or instruction. Persian uses this word with the meaning of announcement, and to turn it into a verb, you add the verb karadan, which means to do. In Arabic, a different verb, a'lana, is used. And in Arabic, that main verb itself is conjugated rather than adding an extra verb to the noun like in Persian. It was interesting, you guessed some of the words, but not exactly how they are used in Persian. For example, you guessed state media, because dolat comes from dawlah, which is state, right? But here it's the government announced, because elam is a verb.
Yeah, okay.
I think the reason everyone understood this word as a noun, meaning media, might be that the word dolat in Persian ends in a t. In Arabic, this is a feminine noun ending in the letter ha with an a sound. But it ends in a ta when it's part of a chain of two nouns. But the Persian word was borrowed with the form ending in ta, and always ends in it. So maybe the participants intuitively thought this was a chain of two nouns. This word, muzakirat, the plural of muzakira, which means talks or negotiations, seemed to throw all of the participants off. It comes from the Arabic word mudakara, which does have a similar meaning of discussion, deliberation, or negotiation, but it also has the meaning of studying, reviewing, or cramming for an exam. I think the basic general meaning is to go over, like let's go over notes, but the meaning of negotiation doesn't seem intuitive here.
Mudakarat, it's like studying or something like that. Studies, maybe.
Mudhakarat in standard Arabic, like quizzes and tests. But here also it could be mudhakara, like a memo or something.
Is it something like negotiations in Arabic?
No. It was like a memoir or something.
So there were a lot of Arabic-derived words in this sentence, but could they understand the sentence overall? Okay, so after this sentence, what's your impression? Like, how much could you understand of this sentence?
I'd say not much, but I got some words, so probably around 30%.
I do know some words, but I cannot even create a sentence out of it, honestly.
The level of comprehension might also depend on the topic.
I see more words. Iman or Iman is faith. I know that Khuda means God in Persian, but this is not Arabic related at all. And also in Hindi and Urdu, I believe they also use the word Khuda. So Iman be Khuda, the belief in God. And then there's an extra few letters after Khuda. I don't want to guess. I don't know what's that. Honestly, I think it's a grammatical thing. Salih, Amal Salih, like good deeds, I believe. As no. Usul Asasi, main core religious. Mahsub. I know what's mahsub. Mahsub is like calculated. And the rest is grammatical, I suppose, or Persian related. It's not Arabic.
So here is the whole sentence. It means faith in God and righteous action or righteous deeds are considered fundamental principles of religion.
I see.
Word for word, it's faith in God and work or action, righteous, among, principles, fundamental, religion, considered, becomes, or is. All of the keywords here are from Arabic except the word for God, Khudavand. But Muhammad happened to know the main word, Khuda. The suffix vand means Lord or Master, so Khudavand is kind of like the Lord God. But the other words are mainly from Arabic. But as we've seen in previous sentences, some words have a slightly different meaning, or it's hard to tell which meaning fits the context. Like the Persian word usul, for example. It comes from the Arabic word usul, literally meaning foundations or fundamentals, a word related to ideas like origin, root, and foundation. In Persian, though, it usually just means principles. The participants also had trouble with the word mahsub, which can mean counted, calculated, or considered, but it didn't seem clear which meaning was suitable in this context.
Mahsub, if it's like in Arabic, it would be like counted or accounted for.
Mahsub means counted, probably. But I think this word is talking about like the good deeds are like a primary part of religion and are counted. There's like this thing in Islam where it's like your good deeds are counted.
There was the word mahsub, which you said means calculated, but in this case it means considered.
Okay, we have that as well.
Now it makes very, very much logic that mahsub in Arabic. Now I understand. Mahsub is calculated, considered as yes, I know now.
So they couldn't get the whole sentence, but it seems like they got the gist of it. But even in formal sentences, in many cases, there are only a couple of Arabic loanwords amongst the Persian words. Okay, see if you can read the sentence at all.
I think that the robot both hand is probably pure Persian. Mardam is also probably Persian. Ain could probably mean where. or like a specific place, منطقة, like a specific region. Or this could be also asking where a specific region is. درسالها is also probably pure Persian. أخير means probably last in this context. قالش اقتصادي. اقتصادي is pretty obvious as it's economic. So I think this is talking about the economic situation of a specific region in the last part of a year, maybe part of something, because it said أخير.
Okay, interesting. Right. So you got a lot of that, actually. And you guessed some of the words from context, even though they're not Arabic words. The people of this region have been faced with economic challenges in recent years. So you're the first person so far who guessed the meaning of year or years from the context. So you thought, oh, it has akhir, then it must mean the last year.
It kind of made me think of the of like English, like the last quarter, not really Arabic.
Right. Word for word, it's people, this region in years recent with challenges economic facing have been. Only 3 of the words are of Arabic origin, but because of the lack of written vowels, the second word in is easily confused with the Arabic word aina, which means where.
I don't want to be naive and say that the second word ain is ain in Arabic, which means where, but it's probably not. But I'm just gonna say that. Ain mantiqa, which area, probably.
The second one, again, as Arab, I will assume it's the ain in standard Arabic, where.
Everyone who I've spoken to so far thought it meant where. They thought it was aina. And also because it comes before manteke. It seems like it means like which region or where in the region or something. But it just means this.
For us Arabs, if we read Persian, it feels a bit, we become at unease because we should be knowing what's going on, but like we can read it, but we can't understand it. So it's kind of pressuring.
There's the whiteboard.
Oh, the whiteboard is up there, but there's another one in the living room. I'll be there in a minute. Okay, let's look at one final sentence. Okay, so let's look at another one.
You choose the difficult one to the last one. Hafiz, for sure it's preserve, memorize, keep. The second word, I don't know. I don't think the waw is like Arabic wu, and, but I will assume as Arab it's and, okay? Nasil in Arabic, the lineage of a family. Ahamiyat, yes, this word, ahamiyyah, importance. Ziyade, extra. Of course, the word in Arabic, the root is za'ada, zad, to increase, to add. Dar, I don't know. So I guessed for sure Hafiz or ahamiyat ziyade.
Okay, so I'll show you the translation. Preserving the native language and culture has much importance for future generations. Word for word, it's preservation, language, and culture, native for generations, future importance much has. Without understanding key words like language and culture, it was difficult to figure out the overall meaning of the sentence. This word, hafz, means preservation and memorization in both Persian and Arabic, but without those context clues of language and culture, it was unclear which meaning to use.
Hafz is to preserve or to learn by heart.
Hafz, I think this means remembering something or to save something, it could be.
The word nasl was also somewhat unclear, despite having a similar meaning. In Arabic, it means descendants or lineage. In Persian, it usually means generation.
Nasl, in Arabic, nasl is like a descendants of. So, for example, if you say a man or a name of a family or something like that, then it would be descendants of this, like through ages, something like that. So it might mean family of, or like tribes or something like that.
Nasl means lineage in Arabic, or like your seed, your like children, maybe. I think I remember seeing this before, and it could be the plural of generations, maybe.
Nasl is like ancestry from the same bloodline, possibly.
The word ziyadi is one that I didn't realize came from Arabic, but the participants pointed it out to me. It comes from the Arabic noun ziyada, meaning increase or surplus, and in colloquial Arabic, ziyadi is sometimes used with the meaning of too much.
Ahamiyat, importance. Ziyadi or ziyada possibly is to increase or more.
Ziyada, maybe increase in something, or maybe like an increasing importance.
But as we've seen a few times already, this word could be misunderstood in a more general way.
عند أهمية زيادي. I think that this is a name, Ahmed Ziyadi, like Ahmed Ziyad in Arabic.
That's another example of one of the main stumbling blocks for Arabic speakers reading Persian, that they might be able to read the letters but misunderstand what word it is, because it's not actually an Arabic word.
Yeah, of course, the logic is because they use the script, Arabic script, so it's very likely to have combinations like Arabic.
I have to say that this experiment went pretty much as I expected. The Arabic speakers were able to understand the formal sentences much better than the informal sentences. In some cases, informal sentences are completely incomprehensible, with almost no Arabic words at all. As for the formal sentences, the participants were able to understand a fair number of words, but not everything, which resulted in some guessing and some misunderstanding.
It's definitely a weird experience, because you see words that you recognize, but they're like pronounced completely differently, and they could also mean completely different things.
But the filler words and the grammatical endings, the prefixes, the suffixes, the false friends, now that I know, it makes me more uncertain to guess the meaning.
It's very confusing, the verb noun distinction, right? I kind of not able to guess like the word order and like how the sentence is formed, so it makes it harder to even guess.
Basically, the two languages are not mutually comprehensible in speech, and in writing, Persian is sometimes partly comprehensible to Arabic speakers. The question of the day: to speakers of Arabic, how well were you able to understand the Persian sentences? And to speakers of Persian, are you able to understand any Arabic, either in writing or in speech? And to everyone else, does your language contain a lot of loanwords from any particular language? Does that help you understand a bit of that language? Leave your answers in the comments down below. I want to give a special shout out to all of the LangFocus Patreon supporters and YouTube channel members for making this channel possible. Especially these super supporters whose names appear on the screen. Let's give them a round of applause. If you too would like to support this channel and also gain access to members-only videos, you can become a channel member or a Patreon supporter too. Click the join button or subscribe plus button on my channel page, or come over to Patreon and join me there. If you liked this video, then you'll probably like this one too. Be sure to check it out.